Auto industry earthquake. Toyota and Honda make a move. The American auto industry is in chaos. Toyota and Honda, giants of Japan, have made a move. They're fighting back against President Trump's tariff threats. The ground is shaking. Will Detroit survive? Trump's tariffs sent shockwaves through the industry. Toyota and Honda, with their lean inventories, were vulnerable. They had to act fast. The future of their American operations was at stake. Their response? A bold gamble. A high-stakes game of chicken with the president himself. The American auto industry watches with bated breath. Trump's tariff bombshell. A pause that rocks the market. Trump dropped a bombshell. In a move that caught many by surprise, he announced a sudden pause on the imposition of auto import tariffs. This decision, coming seemingly out of nowhere, has left analysts and market watchers scrambling to understand the implications. He's hitting the pause button on auto import tariffs. This pause is not just a minor delay, it represents a significant shift in the administration's trade policy. The automotive industry, which has been bracing for impact, now finds itself in a state of limbo. Factories that were preparing for potential cost increases are now re-evaluating their strategies. This sudden change sent shockwaves through the market. Stocks surged, relief washed over some, others cried foul. Investors, who had been wary of the potential economic fallout, saw this as a temporary reprieve. The stock market responded with a notable uptick, reflecting the collective sigh of relief from businesses and traders alike. Was this a strategic retreat or a sign of weakness? Analysts are divided. Some believe this is a calculated move to buy time and negotiate better terms. Others see it as a sign that the administration is feeling the pressure from various stakeholders, including international allies and domestic industries. Trump claims he's just giving companies time. Time to adjust, time to prepare, and time to transition to a new era of trade policies. He argues that this pause will allow American companies to strengthen their supply chains and reduce dependency on foreign parts. Time to switch to American-made parts. The administration's long-term goal is clear: to boost domestic manufacturing and create jobs within the country. By encouraging companies to source parts locally, they hope to revitalize the American automotive industry and reduce the trade deficit. But is this the whole story? The timing is suspicious. Critics argue that this pause might be more about political maneuvering than economic strategy. With the midterm elections approaching, some suggest that this move is designed to appease voters and industry leaders. Is Trump feeling the heat? The pressure is mounting from all sides. Protests, political opposition, and economic concerns are all converging, creating a perfect storm of challenges for the administration. Are the 2026 elections on his mind? As the political landscape heats up, every decision is scrutinized through the lens of electoral strategy. The stakes are high, and the administration's actions will undoubtedly play a crucial role in shaping the upcoming elections. One thing is certain: this tariff saga is far from over. The pause on auto import tariffs is just the latest twist in a complex and ongoing narrative. As the story unfolds, businesses, investors, and policymakers will be watching closely, anticipating the next move in this high-stakes game of trade and politics. Winners and losers stock market reacts to Trump's tariff tango. The announcement of new tariffs sent shockwaves through the automotive sector. Investors scrambled to adjust their portfolios, leading to a flurry of activity on trading floors around the world. The stock market reacted instantly. Asian automakers celebrated. Companies like Toyota, Honda, Hyundai, and Kia saw their stock prices surge as investors anticipated a competitive advantage over their American counterparts. Toyota's stock soared by 3.7%. This increase was driven by the expectation that tariffs would make American cars more expensive, potentially boosting sales for foreign automakers. Honda wasn't far behind at 3.6%. Investors were optimistic about the company's ability to capitalize on the new market dynamics. Hyundai and Kia also enjoyed significant gains. Their stocks rose as the market speculated on increased demand for their vehicles in the face of higher prices for American cars. American automakers saw a more mixed bag. While some companies managed to weather the storm, others struggled with the immediate impact of the tariff announcement. Stellantis, buoyed by the news, surged by 5.6%. The company benefited from its diverse portfolio and strong international presence. General Motors posted a respectable 3.5% gain. Despite the challenges, GM's robust supply chain and strategic planning helped mitigate some of the negative effects. But the damage was done. The initial shock of the tariff threat had already caused significant disruptions. Some companies faced immediate declines in stock value as investors reacted to the uncertainty. The initial tariff threat had already hurt their bottom line, and the uncertainty lingers. Analysts warn that the long-term effects could be even more damaging if the tariffs are implemented. The market remains on edge. Investors are closely watching for any further developments, knowing that the automotive industry is a critical component of the global economy. The next few weeks will be crucial in determining the full impact of these tariffs. The price of protectionism tariffs threaten to bankrupt America. The recent wave of tariffs imposed by the U.S. government is sending shockwaves through the economy, particularly in the automotive sector. These protectionist measures, intended to bolster domestic industries, are having the opposite effect, threatening to bankrupt businesses and burden consumers with skyrocketing costs. Trump's tariffs come at a steep price. While the intention was to protect American jobs and industries, the reality is far more complex and damaging. The automotive industry, a cornerstone of the American economy, is particularly vulnerable. The tariffs on imported cars and car parts are creating a ripple effect that is felt across the entire supply chain. A 25% tariff on foreign-made cars would be a hammer blow. This significant increase in costs would inevitably be passed on to consumers, making cars less affordable for the average American. The impact is not just limited to foreign cars. Domestic manufacturers also rely on imported parts, which means higher production costs and consequently, higher prices for all vehicles. This, on top of the existing tariffs on steel and aluminum, could cripple the industry. The automotive sector is already grappling with the increased costs of raw materials, and additional tariffs would exacerbate the situation. The combined effect of these tariffs could lead to significant job losses, reduced investment in innovation, and a decline in the overall competitiveness of American car manufacturers. Car prices are already soaring. The average consumer is feeling the pinch as the cost of new vehicles continues to climb. This trend is particularly concerning for families who rely on affordable transportation for their daily lives. The dream of owning a new car is becoming increasingly out of reach for many Americans. The average new vehicle now costs a staggering $48,039. This represents a significant increase from just a few years ago, and the trend shows no signs of slowing down. The financial burden on consumers is growing, and many are being forced to reconsider their purchasing decisions. That's almost $10,000 more than in 2019. The rapid escalation in prices is alarming and highlights the broader economic challenges facing the country. As the cost of living continues to rise, the added expense of purchasing a new vehicle is becoming a significant financial strain for many households. These new tariffs could add another $8,000 to $10,000 to the price tag. This potential increase would further exacerbate the affordability crisis, making it even more difficult for consumers to purchase new vehicles. The long-term implications of these tariffs could be devastating for the automotive industry and the broader economy. Experts warn of dire consequences: higher prices, declining incentives, supply disruptions. The combination of these factors could lead to a significant downturn in the automotive market, with far-reaching effects on related industries and the overall economic health of the nation. The American dream of owning a car is slipping out of reach for millions. As prices continue to rise and economic pressures mount, the ability to afford a new vehicle is becoming a distant reality for many. The impact of these tariffs is not just economic, it is also deeply personal, affecting the lives and aspirations of countless Americans. Section 5. Experts sound the alarm: economic disaster looms. Economists are sounding the alarm. They see a perfect storm brewing. The tariffs are a recipe for disaster: inflation, job losses, a shrinking economy. This is economic suicide, warns Dr. Emily Carter, a leading economist. These tariffs will hurt American consumers the most. They will lead to higher prices, fewer choices, and job losses. The impact will be felt far and wide, from the factory floor to the car dealership. From the mechanic shop to the family budget, the American economy is on the brink. Section 6. Shifting sands, from tariff terror to trade truce. The news cycle is a whirlwind. One day it's tariff terror. The next it's whispers of a trade truce. The constant uncertainty is crippling the auto industry. Older news articles painted a bleak picture. They highlighted the devastating impact of Trump's tariff threats, layoffs at Stellantis, soaring car prices, the American dream fading away. Newer articles tell a different story. The tariff pause brought a surge of optimism. Stock prices rebounded, hope flickered, but for how long? Section 7. Trump's trade twists. Flexibility or flip-flopping. Trump's approach to trade is baffling. He talks tough one minute, then offers concessions the next. He claims to be flexible while insisting he never changes his mind. Is this strategic genius or reckless improvisation? No one seems to know, perhaps not even Trump himself. The only certainty is chaos. The auto industry is caught in the crossfire. Their fate hinges on the whims of a volatile president. The stakes couldn't be higher. Section 8. The UAW's gamble. Will tariffs bring back jobs or backfire? The United Auto Workers UAW union is rolling the dice. They're betting on Trump's tariffs. They believe tariffs will force automakers to bring jobs back to America. But this gamble could backfire. Higher car prices could cripple demand. Automakers might shift production elsewhere. American jobs could be lost forever. The UAW's leadership is under fire. Critics accuse them of prioritizing short-term gains over long-term stability. The future of the American worker hangs in the balance. Section 9. The road ahead. Uncertainty grips the auto industry. The American auto industry is at a crossroads. The tariff war has left its mark. Scars of uncertainty and fear run deep. The road ahead is shrouded in fog. Will Trump's tariff pause hold? Will automakers bring production back to America? Will the UAW's gamble pay off? Only time will tell. One thing is certain, the American auto industry will never be the same. The world is watching. The stakes have never been higher.